things that concerns me is that, well, I'll give you an example, and Bob, you're aware of this. My friend John Milazzo, who lived on Fire Tower Road, and the people surrounding him, there were motors hanging from the trees. The neighbors' pigs were coming onto his property. He called the code enforcer. They did nothing about it. This went on and on and on. And finally, he got disgusted. He bought a place in Florida. He's now living in Florida. He's trying to sell his house here. It turns out he had he put in a septic system and he didn't close out, sort of possibly like Mr. Morris Smith's thing. And he's getting hit with a $500 thing. I mean, I'm not sure, I don't know enough about this to really, but I don't know how they came up with $500. And the point is how do you go after the working stiffs of this town, and yet you Kaguni pays, and the project up on the hill there, Kingwood, sits at the planning board table time after time, and I don't think they put up a penny.
I'm not prepared to answer the Kingwood statement that you made.
But you're going after nickels and dimes here, when you Kaguni could possibly owe us $100,000.
No one's going after anything. Nobody's going after anybody. We're abiding by the law.
I know.
And what we're doing, I mean, this is, you sit here time after time, and you say, you want to see this board. I sat in this room for years, and you say, this board doesn't follow the rules, this board doesn't follow the law. Unfortunately for Mr. Milazzo, we are now following the law as has been put forth by the New York State Comptroller. Things we have to do.
We understand
have to close out this permit.
But you also have to find, if you Kaguni owes us the big kahuna.
How much can we do in a day? Honestly, look at my eyes. I was here every night last week until after midnight. I'm here on Sundays.
I
am here on
appreciate that,
Saturdays.
Teddy. But I am telling you,
what I'm saying is
my instincts and the information I have, there was a windfall with the Kaguni.
Let me finish.
But yet they are
We are not
sacred
looking.
cow in this
We are
town.
not looking for a windfall.
Well, you
We
need a
are looking
windfall.
to make sure that everybody has to adhere to the same standards.
Amen.
When we get there, Andy,
Yeah.
we will approach it the same way, and we will see that the same standards are applied. But when we sit here, I got to tell you this, Andy, when I sit here, I feel like I'm personally being attacked. It's something you bring up over and over again.
Yeah.
I understand. We're aware of it.
Because when a longtime friend of mine calls me, he says, "What is going on? $500 this town wants for me?"
We're
And I say,
aware of it.
"Yeah, well, what about you,
He
Kaguni?
never closed
When
his-
did they point?"
Let me tell you
I
what
know what
this
he did.
$500 is.
Okay.
He never finished his permit.
But how? Okay,
It
you want to talk about
expired.
the?
It expired. It
$500.
expired.
Based on square footage. He has a mobile home, and I believe that the application of that is based on the square footage.
I
The calculation of
It's
it.
on.
He put in a septic.
Right.
What happened was his building permit expired. He never got his final approval,
Right.
and now he has to get a new building permit in order to get his final approval.
And that's $500.
It's
If
$50.
that's what it is, that's what it is. It's expected by the
No, it's not what it says on the, we better change the website, because it says it's a fee for a septic system, a replacement septic system is $100.
I guess what I'm saying, Teddy, is in this town for the last 4 years, it has been uneven with the fat cats and the developers and all the suits get the red carpet, and the working stiffs of this town get buckets. Anytime we had complaints, we had issues, we raised our hands and we said, you know, I don't think you should be buying from Bloomington Hardware. I have a problem with that. Nah. So that's what's been going on in this town.
I
And
sit in this room with you. I've sat in this room
I know
every
you
week.
have. But
Every week.
I'm saying you need to get the money from you, Kaguni. They owe us money.
And we need to do a million things. A million, and you sat here, as I said, that amongst other things that we are doing is we are restructuring and going down through with the planning board impossible.
Is everyone on this board working diligently?
Everybody on this board, believe it or not, I
About
know you
six-
don't want to believe it, is doing
About 60 hours
something.
a week at least.
Maybe
Minimum.
you put in some heavy duty time?
Judy, what were we on the phone about last night? Setting up
10
work.
to 11 o'clock,
It was 11:40, actually,
11:40.
about
Okay.
putting together, no, I want you to be aware of what's going on.
We're in
Especially
communication.
that it's me and Judy. In order to put together our work session, so that we can compile our drafts for our response to the comptrollers.
And as far as fees
It's
go,
endless.
that's been ongoing as far as with the building department, as we see this.
Well, I think if you start looking at Yukaguni, you're gonna have a lot of money.
We have to look at.
They owe a lot of money.
To look.
What is this called?
We have a new person starting in the building department to assist with help so they can look at past permits.
That's what she's
also.
doing, this is coming up.
I mean, that's where this stuff is coming up, is we have to put, you have to see how this building functions during the daytime. There are less people in here now than there were 15 years ago.
Hey, Johnny said.
You have people are stretched to the max.
I can tell you
We are
right now
actually-
that this town has been treated unfairly and that
I'm not
Yukaguni has
disagreeing with you.
gotten away with murder.
I'm not disagreeing with you that things have gone wrong here. I'm trying to tell you how we're trying to make it better. And what I'm trying to tell you is you're making it very, wait, when you constantly phrase this, what I'm trying to tell you is, right now, I'm finding this very disheartening. I really
So
am.
am I. I find it very disheartening that we have let this company get away with what they have done. And that's it. I've said my piece. I have one other issue, and that is the homeware. Where do we stand on that? That
The
is,
inspection was done. I went down there with Mary Grass, we went through it. There is a new manager there who was very, very helpful and assisted us with everything that we needed immediately. And she will be finishing a report if she has not done so. As it stood, when we were there were in fact no violations that were viewed.
can I ask you something? Which way did you drive over? Did you go down 209?
We
or did
came
you go
down,
Old
we came
209?
down 209 and then up Phillipsport Road, and then we went back via Phillipsport Road to 209.
So between the Homewag and Phillipsport, there are a minimum of a dozen dilapidated buildings. One of them written with big spray paint on the garage door, hazardous chemicals. Spray paint. The windows are blown out. It's a ghetto down there. Around the pool where they put up the tarps, the wind got them, they're blowing. None of that is violation.
I didn't see the buildings that say hazardous chemicals all over them, and I can't answer that about the targets. I can't answer that for you.
Okay, I'd appreciate if you go down and take a look. There are,
You know what? Andy, I'll do that for you. You're gonna have to give me about 8 weeks to get to it.
well, how about the code enforcement? Can you ask her to do it?
I can see what you can do.
Thank you. Because I really believe that the people of District 3, the properties being devaluated by this, it's horrendous what's going on there, and it's dangerous.